Another day of RLCS competition has come and gone, and you know what that means? We gotta do a recap. Swiss is done. We know our playoff teams. If you watched today, you know what happened. If you didn't watch today and you're here trying to find out what happened for me, well, let's find out right now. I'm gonna show the high matches. Looking at the stats, right? You can kind of like 3-0 dominated series, 2-3 even series, 3-1 seems like it went heavily in favor of Complexity. So you look at the goals. Sandrock outscored them 9-2. It really wasn't close, and that means Sandrock qualifies for top 8. They have a chance to win the whole thing. They're insane, unbelievable. Very happy for that. BDS and Endpoint. This is another close series, like I said. Got 2 OTs in there, both going in favor of BDS. So they got ice in the veins. Endpoint, none whatsoever, it seemed like. Especially in that last game. Look at that, 6-2. I didn't get to watch hardly any series today because I had work.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
RIP. So if y'all did get to watch it, I'm jealous. Complexity Semper. So I had no ideas. 2 OTs, one in favor of Complexity, one in favor of Semper. Complexity, they're low scoring teams. Complexity is, and Semper are always in it. It looked like a pretty close series in my eyes. I don't see like it being heavily favored in one direction or the other, just based on like the goal line, like score line here. But it could be a lot different story there. Okay, now that we know who won here and who qualified, so Sandrock, BDS, Complexity are joining Dig and FaZe Clan as part of the playoffs. The low round. First, Renegades sweeps Furia. Kind of a close series, but if y'all saw the thumbnail, you know CJ was feeling passionate today. So good for them. You know, they gonna, you know, be just as good as Ground Zero at the end of the day in terms of placement during this LAN, but yeah, they eliminate Furia. G2 and Envy. Envy took the first game, and I was like, oh boy. I don't know who I want to win here. This was my tournament winner, so now my bracket is literally in shambles. 3-1, 2-1 OT, 4-3. So they were all close. Kind of typical of like G2 Envy style, like not really being able to pull ahead too far from one another. But G2 took it. They were looking pretty solid. Rita Claus, Chicago was wearing his Santa hat again. Shoutouts to him. And then NRG, they did it. Look at those goose eggs. Yeah, NRG did it. They perfect swept Vitality on RLCS LAN. NRG looked really good, and Vitality absolutely looked terrible. So I don't know what's going on with Vitality, if they're going to make a roster change or they're going to kind of change up what's going on with them internally, but they did not look good. They did not look like a top 5 team in Europe. Yeah, good for NRG. And then finally, the round 5 matches. Who won? Who qualified for the last 3 spots? This one hurt a lot. I really like G2. Endpoint is also my favorite European team. I've backed them since they were the Discombobulators with Nachitao, Relating Wave, and Virtuoso back then in like the RLRS. Great seeing them perform well with Seiko and like Metza and Wave still doing well, but this one hurt a lot. This OT was just... Relating Wave got a nasty dunk, and it was over. Heartbreak for G2. They're going to come back strong next time, I hope. I hope this isn't going to kind of derail them. It was like their first time in a LAN environment without Rizzo, which I feel like could be kind of tough. Semper sweeps at Renegades. I feel like we could have expected this, if I'm being honest. Semper is just a better team. Nothing against Renegades. It's just they're a better team. RG, Chaussette, and Casio, they're solid. And then NRG versus Ground Zero. Torsauce was trying to talk some trash and knock NRG out again, like he's done in the past in old time lands. But Garrett wasn't having it this time. Garrett, Justin, Squishy make playoffs, and we have our playoff bracket. So if I just a little bop right there, boom. We saw this matchup in Swiss. Did we see that matchup in Swiss? Complexity BDS? We did, and it went in favor of BDS. This is a new matchup, and this is a new matchup. So top half we've already seen, bottom half we have not. I think it's kind of cool seeing like rematches in the quarterfinals, so that way like you can kind of see like if it matters over a best of 7. I'm not going to make a prediction because If you can't tell, my predictions always go in shambles. I'm not good at them, apparently. I never was good at like bracketology with March Madness either, but yeah, these are hype matchups for tomorrow. Starting, I think it top to bottom, right? Yeah, so 8 a.m. tomorrow, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and then 11 a.m. Obviously, on West Coast Pacific Standard Time in the United States, so things could be different for you. But these are hype matchups. These will all take place tomorrow, and then the final day, Championship Sunday, will be the semifinals, and the final we will determine who wins the whole gosh darn thing. But with that all being said, this has been a Swiss recap, day 3. If you guys did enjoy the video or helped you out in some way, shape, or form figure out what's going on in this RLCS land, please leave a like. It means a lot to me. And subscribe if you are new. And I will catch you guys after the tournament, because I'm not uploading a recap on the quarters. I'm just going to do a full playoff recap. But until then, see ya. Peace.